It's a good thing she can't see anything. That's what he whispered every night. Right before he did the thing he thought I'd never notice. Right before he forgot that blindness is not always permanent. My name is Lena Harper, I'm 28, and everyone believes I live in darkness. For 3 years, my husband, Ethan, has treated me like a fragile, helpless shadow of a woman. The world knows me as the blind wife. The quiet one. The dependent one. The one who wouldn't survive without him. What Ethan doesn't know is that 6 months ago, I underwent a secret operation in another state. He thought I was visiting my sister. I was really in a clinic praying for sight. The doctor warned me, if it works, tell no one until your eyes stabilize. So I didn't. Not even my husband. When the bandages came off, I saw everything. And I kept pretending I couldn't see anything. Every night at 11:14 p.m., Ethan stood directly in front of me in our bedroom, breathing softly, typing, smirking at messages from someone he thought I couldn't recognize. Sometimes he even brought her on video calls standing right in front of my blind eyes. I saw it all, every betrayal. But tonight he made one mistake. One that changed everything. Ethan wasn't always a villain. That's the part that still stings like a fresh burn. When we met, he was the man who read restaurant menus to me without making me feel small. He memorized street routes, held my hand crossing every intersection, told everyone he was lucky to have a woman like me. But slowly, tenderness turned into ownership and ownership into contempt. After my vision deteriorated completely, Ethan became the gatekeeper of my world. He controlled the bank accounts for safety. He handled my phone to avoid scams. He chose my clothes because color doesn't matter to you. I started feeling more like property than a partner. Then came the late nights, the excuses he didn't even bother to make believable. Work call, training, helping a friend move. His voice changed around me, lighter, almost rehearsed. A man with a secret he thought he would never pay for. The worst part? I couldn't confront him. Not yet. If I admitted I could see, he'd demand proof, control the narrative, twist everything. I needed time. I needed certainty. I needed his guard down so low he wouldn't see the storm coming. And then, 2 weeks ago, I heard a woman's laugh echo through our hallway inside our home. A laugh he never meant me to hear. That was the moment everything inside me snapped. The laugh floated through the hallway like perfume, light, confident, intimate. I froze on the couch, one hand still resting on my cane, pretending to trace the fabric like a blind woman passing time. Ethan's footsteps were quick, nervous. Her heels were not. Click, click, click. A stranger walking through my home as if she belonged there. Don't worry, babe, the woman whispered, her voice warm and low. She won't notice a thing. My lungs tightened, but I kept my face emotionless, blank, unfocused, perfectly blind. Ethan hissed back, keep your voice down. She's in the living room. A pause. Then the woman said, so what? She can't see us. She was right, or so they believed. I listened as he ushered her into the guest room. Soft giggles. Whispered promises. A muffled kiss that felt like acid dripping straight onto my spine. He brought another woman into my home and didn't even bother to respect the walls between us. But it got worse. So much worse. Later that night, when she left, Ethan came to me and gently placed a blanket over my legs like he was some devoted husband. Long day, he said softly. His hand brushed mine, the same hand that had just touched her. And that was when I knew he was daring me to stay blind. The humiliation moment came 3 nights later, the kind of scene that would have gone viral if anyone had recorded it. Because Ethan didn't just slip anymore. He showcased her. It was exactly 11:14 p.m. when he walked into the bedroom, phone glowing in his hand. I sat on the edge of the bed, dark glasses on, posture relaxed, the perfect illusion of a blind wife waiting quietly. Hey baby, he whispered. For a split second I thought he meant me. But then he angled the phone right in front of my face. A woman appeared on screen. Long hair, red lips, wearing his shirt.
She waved.
Hi, Linnea, she giggled, dragging out my name like a taunt. He says you can't see me. Isn't that funny? Ethan smirked. She's totally in her own world, he told her. I can do anything in front of her. The woman leaned closer to the camera. She's pretty. Shame, she can't see what's happening behind her. I kept my expression soft, unfocused, perfectly blind. But inside, something detonated, the final shattering of everything I had swallowed, endured, buried. Then she said it. So, when are you telling her about us? Ethan laughed. Why would I? She can't even see the screen. My fingers tightened around the bedsheet. This was it. The moment I stopped being his victim. I didn't sleep that night. Not because of pain, I'd lived with that long enough, but because for the first time, I felt something sharper, cleaner. Clarity. I lay still until Ethan's breathing grew heavy beside me. His phone was face down on the nightstand, still smudged with her lipstick from that ridiculous video call. My operation had given me back my sight, but his arrogance gave me something far more powerful. Leverage. Revenge wasn't going to be loud. It was going to be precise, surgical, elegant. The next morning, I began acting even more blind than usual. Missteps, wrong turns, soft apologies. Ethan grew cocky, careless, convinced he had total control. That's exactly what I needed. Step 1. Access. When he left for work, I used the spare key he hid behind his cologne bottles and unlocked his home office. His laptop sat open, password auto-filled. Idiot. In seconds, I found the folder. Lena can't see, winky face. Over 100 photos, videos, messages. Proof of everything. Step 2. Copies. I backed up every file to a secure drive and emailed them to myself, my lawyer friend, and, most importantly, Ethan's boss at the architectural firm where he bragged about being morally elite. Step 3. Silence. I waited, pretending blindness, pretending weakness, pretending he still had the upper hand. He didn't. He just hadn't realized the ground beneath him was gone. Ethan strutted through the house that week like a king who believed his throne was unshakable. He didn't notice the shift in me, how still I became, how carefully I listened, how perfectly I timed every move. Blindness had taught me patience. Betrayal taught me strategy. I waited for the exact moment the trap would land with maximum force. The quarterly partners' dinner at his architectural firm, the event he had been obsessively preparing for. The night he planned to announce his promotion and parade himself as the perfect family man. He insisted I attend for sympathy points. My wife is blind, but she inspires me every day, he rehearsed in the mirror. It made my skin crawl. At the dinner, I kept my glasses on, my cane in hand, my expression soft and harmless. Ethan guided me to the front table, milking every polite smile from strangers. He had no idea what was waiting in the presentation queue. When the lights dimmed and Ethan walked toward the podium, I quietly slipped my phone to the event technician. A single whisper. Play the USB-labeled project files. He nodded. Ethan began his speech confidently. Too confidently. Then the screen behind him flickered. Not blueprints. Not firm statistics. But a video. A video from 11:14 p.m. A video taken in our bedroom. A video he thought I never saw. The room froze. Ethan did too. Gasps rippled across the banquet hall, sharp, disbelieving, violent little sounds that sliced through the velvet-draped room. Ethan's voice cracked mid-sentence as he spun toward the giant screen behind him. There he was, standing in front of me, smirking at his phone, bringing her onto video call, mocking my blindness, and worst of all, his own words echoing through the speakers. She can't see a thing. I can do anything in front of her. The audience reacted like a single living creature recoiling. Chairs scraped, hands covered mouths. Partners exchanged horrified looks. His boss's face twisted into something between shock and disgust. Turn it off. Ethan barked, voice cracking. This isn't supposed to. Lena, what did you? But I stayed seated, perfectly still, blind, eyes hidden behind dark glasses. My hands folded calmly in my lap. Because the moment he realized the truth was the moment I refused to give him even a flicker of satisfaction. The technician stopped the video. Silence collapsed over the room like a heavy curtain. Then Ethan's boss stood. "Mr. Harper, we will discuss your employment immediately. Step outside." Ethan's face went corpse pale. He looked at me like he finally saw the ghost he created. But I wasn't finished. Not yet. As they escorted him out, he mouthed one shaky question. "Lena, you can see?" I didn't answer. Not until he broke completely. They took Ethan into a side office, but I waited, calm, still composed, because true revenge isn't loud. It's patient. It's surgical. And it lands when the target believes the worst is already over. 20 minutes later, he stumbled out, face blotched, eyes swollen. "Suspended pending investigation," his boss announced to the room. Effective immediately. Ethan reached me like a drowning man clawing for air. "Lena, please talk to me. Say something. Tell me this is a misunderstanding." I slowly removed my dark glasses. For the first time in front of him, I let my eyes lock directly onto his. Focused.
Clear. Seeing.
His breath hitched. You're not blind." "I was," I said softly. "Until the operation. The one you never cared enough to notice I was recovering from." He collapsed to his knees, right there in front of colleagues, partners, strangers. "I can fix this. I'll change. Just come home with me." "No," I said. "I'm not going anywhere with a man who built his confidence on my darkness." I handed him a white envelope, divorce papers, the evidence folder attached, timestamps and all. "You didn't just cheat," I whispered. "You performed it. And now the whole world has seen your show." He broke. Fully.
Silently.
I turned and walked away, cane tapping the floor not out of need but as a reminder. I once lived in darkness. Now he does.